We did it.
I think we're live. I can't see. There's an ad in my way. Subaru. Thank
Super,
you.
I can hear us. I see us live.
Okay. Okay, cool. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another Tuesday Drunk Stream with Crispy, and I'm joined by Dix this week.
It's me, Diggs, with Crispy this week.
Yeah. Another fun day of doodling. Andy may be here later. He's kind of running late because of work stuff, but we're going to have a fun time either way, so let me just throw on some tunes real quick. All right. And I think I'm going to start with the thing that I threatened to draw on another stream, which was Chungus Khan. I think that was... I forget where he came up with that, but I need a picture first.
Oh, it's Chungus.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he coming.
Oh, Lord, he coming.
Look how fast he was.
Honestly, it'd be kind of terrifying if a creature like... I mean, you've seen, like, the pictures of fat bears, like grizzly bears and stuff. Just something like that sprinting at you sounds horrifying.
Oh, yeah, the bear rapid approaching one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you don't see it, and you look around for a second, now it's, like, really way too close. You're like,
It's like a creepy pasta.
I got a safe bubble. I'm with you. I don't know where it is.
Remember, I've not drawn Mongols or Huns, surprisingly, very often. So, just gonna kind of wing. I mean, most of my streams tend to just be winging it as it is, unless I got a specific project.
I think you probably know what they kind of look like, so when you start doing it, you'll get it.
I mean, that's the thing. Just if I look at enough references, or just I got a good memory for details on some stuff, so that kind of helps.
Yeah, you do. You'd be a really good engineer.
Yeah, I just not a fan of math, unfortunately, is the only problem there.
We got computers to do the math now. You don't gotta do that.
Oh my god, you're right. I did, in college in my fraternity, a number of my friends were in the architecture program, and that seemed real stressful. I know there was like one exam year where they literally just barricaded themselves in there and just put up a sign on the doors like, if you bother us, we will kill you. Just like needed to get their work done.
I've only known 2 architects, like more than just I went to school with them. One of them is a buddy of a friend of mine who I went to his wedding up in Canada. He was one of his classmates, and I used to talk to her about her like iron ring they get for their engineering stuff up there. And
Oh yeah.
and she was just pretty neat. And at the time I was single, so why not talk? Because I was gonna go see him soon.
Yeah.
And then the second one was a lady when I was just leaving a really toxic relationship. There was this beautiful young woman who was an architect. Like when I was in school, she went to the same school as me. She was an architect student, and her main job outside like her desk job was sex toys. Like just selling. And I was
That's
like,
a fun side gig.
And I'm like, at that time, like, you know, I'm fresh out of my first major relationship. I haven't really experimented much. Like, no, I didn't never actually had, like, it never went anywhere with her, unfortunately, because she was a wonderful lady. I think it would have been awesome. And she was really kind. But she caught me, like, right at the tail end of a really toxic relationship at the time because of things outside of our control. And she didn't deserve to have that chasing me. So I just kind of was like, all right, well, once this is all settled and I'm not feeling like shit, I'll reach out again.
Yeah.
But I recently, like, you know, when you go on Facebook, it somehow has creepy history, and it somehow like shows you people that haven't seen in forever, and you're like, why?
Yeah, I don't really.
She found herself a lovely nerd. I'm glad that I was definitely her type.
Nice. Hey, good for her.
Yeah, she would have been pretty cool, but I like where I'm at, so I wouldn't change it up.
Same. My wife is a wonderful lady. And
you goddamn right. Clip that, send it to her. Let's go.
Oh, believe me, I tell her every day.
You look and go. You just look at a bear, then look at her and go, why?
Yeah, just like, what's the movie? It's like, you complete me.
Yeah. I would have
Yeah.
been like, but none of us are really halves of anything.
Yeah, relationships are complicated. I'm glad I found somebody who's just laid back, pretty much.
Yeah, really, honestly, I was just glad I found someone I can laugh with. That was like I mean, I laugh while I'm in relationships and everything, but it's one thing to have someone that has a great laugh, but it's really awesome to have someone that has a great laugh that also can make you laugh as hard as you can make them laugh.
That's
Because,
how I do.
because
Yeah,
like that's like moments of joy you just don't get to like have. And if you find someone that could be part of your life, then don't let that go. Like,
absolutely.
but yeah,
Yeah,
she has a great laugh.
yeah. That's how I kind of knew that my wife was the one for me. Was just like she made me laugh, and my parents would like tell me just like they could see how
Hey,
happy
Alien.
she made me. So
Alien says Math isn't a fan of Crispy either. Hey, Orc
no, it's not.
Slayers. Hey, Harold. Everyone, it's been a day, but he has
Hi
pizza.
everybody. Ooh,
Oh,
pizza sounds good.
he's already married, so he's saying this for the rest of you out there. But Halion says, if you're going to get married, marry your best friend. It makes every decision awesome. It's like, I think about that, and if I think about all of my best friend girlfriends I've had, there's only one that would have been my best friend girlfriend, and we would never have liked it. Like we get along on every front except like shit that you don't need to worry about unless you're going for it. So we knew that wasn't going to work out a long time ago, but she's still one of my best friends.
Yeah, I
But
guess it depends.
like, yeah, Gummy tells me all the time, like, I'm not just her fiance or boyfriend. I'm also her best friend. She wants to tell
Yeah.
me about her day and everything. I'm like, yeah, but I thank you. Just take a little time for yourself when you get home, so you're not so amped up when you talk to me, because that just makes you amped up longer. You know, I want you to come home, chill, relax, and then when you're finally home and comfortable in your zone, then you can just kind of have a normal, hey, how was your day, without, still in your trying to put your keys down, shaking them as you're trying to tell a story about your day.
Yeah, I kind of do that to my wife sometimes because I'm like always just like happy to see her when she gets home and then she's just like putting everything down.
Oh, Halen, why'd you have to say that? I restrained. He says, then again, I have no room to offer any relationship advice. Because when I first read that, he said, if you're gonna get married, marry your best friend. I was gonna say, how many best friends you had? But he outed himself. It's okay, man.
Oh, he
Relationship,
makes
because you have
jokes
to
all the
understand,
time.
Haley, that at some point that was the person you were in love with. And they loved you too, at least you hope. But people change, like things change. Like I if and you can tell. So a lot of people are in denial for a long time when things are shifting. And then you remind yourself this is the new normal, then everything's fine and it's fine and it's fine, and all the new normals keep happening in little bits and bits, and suddenly like you think you're in a completely healthy and fine relationship, and the lady you're with is doesn't even know who you are anymore, and then you realize you don't even know who they are anymore because you just kind of slowly
Yeah,
accepted that this is just a new normal. So like,
I believe that.
you just gotta talk, but
You
in
just think of the
reality,
talking
shit,
heads.
like you can be best friends even after you're like a bad, relationship, just because you learn something or something changes or your taste, whatever it is. Like I'm not gonna hold some. If suddenly like Gummy found me completely disgusting.
Yeah. Yes, it's
Oh,
unfortunate, but yeah, it happens.
yeah, but the thing is, the divorce. I don't ever think a divorce is a bad thing. The divorce is like the end of a bad thing. Like obviously, got to the point where you wanted to let it go. This is just a step. So I mean, I guess it could be pretty like crazy with like money and kids and custodies and stuff. But
I
and
suppose
I
it
don't
depends on
remember.
the circumstance,
Yeah.
because sometimes it's just like both parties. They come to the conclusion. Then other times it's for way more dramatic reasons. But
I hear you. I mean, it could be anything. It could be just cheaters or just financially unstable. Like I've left a girl because she was just bad with money. Because like she was really, she was cute and I could have totally like got along with her and we laughed a lot and stuff. But she had massive impulse buying issues. I didn't want to have someone that I had to like monitor or gate how they should spend their money in a relationship with me. And I know that's kind of weird because she makes her own money, she can spend how it wants. But if I'm in a relationship with you, your financial stability is heavily dependent on my financial stability. That's the hope for the future. So if I see you falling into a hole, there's no reason I should jump in a hole with you. You should be building, and we should help each other build. Like, me and Gummy have supported each other financially since the beginning, and she's gone through many amazing careers. She's in her third big one of her life, and I'm on like 26 or something. By the way, guys, I'm no
Man.
longer. I'm on this stream because I don't have a job to be at right now.
Hey, man. I totally get what it's like to be jumping from job to job with shit. My jobs that I've had since I've graduated college have been interesting, to say. I mean, just none of it's definitely. I had like maybe a bit of graphic design work, but for the most part, none of it really is like related to my major. I think the chillest one was definitely working at the one park as a groundskeeper, but unfortunately that wasn't a full-time thing.
Yeah, I mean, I never really. Yeah, I'll admit this. While I'm not like a pansy guy because I work with machinery and like tools most of the day and everything when I do work, I've never was built for outside work. Like I could freely admit that when I first took a job using these like bandsaw at a machine shop when I was 16, I I was very aware that outside was cold this time of year, you know?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of outside work, but I've done it. Most of it was like, in high school and all through college. My summer job was working for the local township on the highway crew.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
were you holding the flag outside guy or just digging, or what
sometimes I was. It depends, because a lot of the times, honestly, we were doing things like there were township properties, just like stuff that was like, I guess you could say like repossessed by the township or repossessed by the bank, and we were just kind of maintaining the property while it was, up in the air. And so it would be a lot of like mowing and stuff. But we would help out with paving sometimes if they would need it. Sometimes as like flag holders, but sometimes actually just like directly helping. It really depended on the job, because I remember the one summer we had a job where we were just paving this road. It was like a back road, because where I live it's rather
It's back road.
rural.
Does that mean it's like mostly gravel, or is it like
it was a fully paved road, but it was like
okay.
It was, if you're driving out in the country or whatever, it's just one of those roads that's there, but unless you were a local, you really wouldn't think of going down it.
Oh, like a frontage road that has no actual real like quick destination, but gets to places you don't normally go.
Yeah, kind of.
People look down and be like, "That road looks like a country road. I'm not going that direction."
Yeah. Oh man, that just reminds me of the one time I was driving home from work and
go to ADHD. Screw that other story. Let's get to this.
And it's a good.
Sorry, that's me too. We're playing terribly off. We're both very out of it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I just want to be a side tangent. Actually, it is a side tangent, but it's also, I would say, a bit more interesting, because I would just like had to take a detour, and it was like at night down dark like country roads, and I didn't know where I was going, and I just ended up making a U-turn in this one road, and there was just this garage with all these like crazy ass signs where it's like computers of the devil, like
holy shit
technology. Yeah, dude, it was. I never went back there, but I always just wonder, like, what the hell was that about?
So like they lure you into a no exit zone, and then you do your little circle, and as you're doing your circle, it flashes upon this shack with a whole bunch of hung up memorabilia of a whole bunch of like technology is the devil.
Yeah, some like
he was Krispy. That guy was calling our current future to you. It was a sign.
I mean, I definitely kind of
sympathize
with it now.
It's all connected. Yeah. We're out there.
The numbers, what do they mean?
What do they mean, Mason?
God. Mm. But yeah, that road crew that summer, just paving that road, it was a very long paving job for what we were doing. There was like hardly any tree cover, and it was so hot that entire week doing it. So it was just miserable to be out there, but it is what it is.
How hot does it usually get out there? Because in where I live, they don't do construction during the day. They only do it like at nighttime, because you will die. Pavement's like 120 degrees if you're working on
Yeah,
pavement.
it doesn't get to 120. Usually it's like in the 90s. Maybe it'll break 100 on occasion, but I mean that was a particularly hot week, so I think it was high 90s or close to 100. All I know is
Damn.
I had a boonie hat that I wore that week that I actually tucked a cloth into the back of to cover my neck so it wouldn't get sunburned, and I had a huge water jug that I brought with me for that because I would have just shriveled up like
Dehydrated
a
out.
raisin. Oh yeah.
Right,
I see
look
people
over here.
pass out from heat. I don't want that to happen.
Dude, that's very common here. Like, there's laws
Oh,
in this state. I don't know if it's a state or just like the area in Phoenix and stuff, but if someone comes to your door and asks for water, you legally have to give them to them if you're capable.
I believe it.
Which is huge because, like, you will when I used to live in Scottsdale, driving up and down from just for work in the afternoon or work in the morning and afternoons, I head home. Almost every single, like, once a week or so, I'd say probably once every week, maybe twice a week, I'd see an ambulance on the side of the road where somebody was just walking and collapsed because they didn't have any water or they weren't paying attention to how they were feeling. Because you're walking on cement in 118, 115 degrees. That cement reflects. It's like 120 up from where you're standing.
Yeah.
Highways are literal, like, ovens here. It's crazy.
I'm as much as I hate dealing with the cold and snow, I'm also glad that I don't have to deal with the heat extreme.
Yeah.
Because
It's the both ways thing. It's
yeah.
getting stuck inside and not having to walk out in negative 45 wind chill is far more like traumatizing to me than going out and feeling, wow, I'm really hot. Because, like, I can just sweat and probably die, but I really don't like the cold.
I don't like the cold either. Like, as bad as that 100-degree week was outside, I was like, I'd much rather that than be working out in, like, negative temperatures.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's 55. No, where am I? There we go. Oh wow, it's 82 here today.
Wow.
In the middle of February.
That'd be a nice change of pace from where I'm at.
That's why we have that meetup out here in the winter, like at the end of February.
Yeah. And even then, like the first day I got there, I was like, oh god, it's so hot.
Actually, when is that? 28th and the 21st. I can't get a weather prediction out that far.
Yeah. Well, what I remember about that was that front came in and cooled things off much more to my liking later in the week. But the first day or two is just like, damn, it's hot.
Thank you, Zyme. He converted our numbers for the non-American people.
Oh, right. I forget.
We're dumb. Oh, quick run to the chat. Hi, Psydoc. Thank you for valuing my opinion. Thanks for the compliment, Halien. Oh, got an exploded rainbow bits thing from, who is that?
Oh, nice.
Robino. Thank you so much for your continued support, my dude. Mercury Alpha. Or could find a job that you don't hate, that you're good at, and pays decent is tricky. Yeah, it's usually two of those. You'll find one you don't hate, and it pays decent, but you know what the fuck you're doing. So it's always if you're going to be there for a while. Or you get or you're really good at it and it pays like shit, but you're good at it, so you're comfortable being there. Like your current job, you're just like accepting that comfort, like stability and comfort right now is more important than to possibly better.
It really is, honestly.
But eventually you do want to get out of it, because you do hurt you do always put up a risk trying to job swap. But most of the time, and I know with you, especially with your passionate level, as long as you don't let anything get to your head, no one gets you like emotional on it, I think you could pull off anything because you're really smart.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Harlian says,
I just gotta find a good spot is all, I guess.
I mean, I just always keep looking. Like every day, make a tab for like Indeed or Monster or somewhere, wherever you have your stuff up, and just do a quick local search of job titles you think were cool or things around the area and then just once you're all caught up, just do what has been posted today. Then you have a short list of a whole bunch of shit that pops up, and eventually you might see something and go, I bet I could do that, and there's not the reason not to try. And if you get an interview at all, cool. If you get the job, better. And you can always say no. You can always be like, wow, great interview. I love working. It sounds like you guys would be really great, but it's just way below like what I'm willing to take for where I'm for leaving my
Uh,
current, that kind of thing.
yeah. I mean, I'll admit, like, coming out of college, that was kind of a thing I had to learn. Was just like you don't have to take a job if you don't feel like you'd be comfortable doing it. Because you want to find work when you get out of college, and that can kind of put some pressure on you. At least it did in my instance. But there's some places I went to that I probably should have, or there's at least one place in particular that I'm thinking of that I probably should have just been like, maybe thought more about, because that was a job that I really did not like.
Like that.
It's, I
That's
think
good.
I got the look.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
We don't get the oven in summer. We get soup. Yeah, you guys get the humidity thing.
Oh, that's. I feel like that's worse.
It is, to me. It's worse. I grew up in New York on Long Island, so I was no stranger to summers and humidity. I did that was just life. When I moved to Colorado after that, though, I realized how much nicer I love dry air.
It definitely sounds appealing because I've had days working outside where I am just drenched in sweat because it's just so humid out.
That'll get you, and you can't really, and it's not helping you because it won't evaporate like it's supposed to.
No, never does.
Zyme says, I'm a nurse. I have zero interest in changing. It pays well enough. I'm not a place that gives top dollar, but man, my job security is super high and I work well. Yeah, see, it's that balance of like, if you want to stray, like you could spend a few, like this is what I did early on, like in the middle kind of dead set of my career, like because I started pretty young as like a machinist. I worked at a saw and I worked and learned all the manual stuff up to CNC and so on until I was programming some of the three axis stuff. And that was just my first job. And at that point, I was already working with some of those engineers. So I already had like a decent relationship with people I'd be working with. And then I was going to school. And about the year before I graduated, they just let me just start doing an engineering job. And then when I graduated, I immediately jumped ship because they paid like ass. Like, it wasn't anything to them. It's just I knew that like what they were paying me for my not quite grade yet was bad, right? And it's not personal to leave a job. I mean, yeah, it might feel it if you're good friends with your boss or your people you work with, but you're doing this because it's for your quality of life, not for your friends. You have friends outside of work. You can keep friends you make at work outside of work too,
Agreed.
But like it's every 3 years for the first 9 years of my career, I swapped jobs because every 3 years I'd be like, all right, before I hit year 4 and start trying to look into long-term stuff, I want to see what the world thinks of me. So update resume, send it out to every place around me in all the major cities and say, hey, this is my current skill set. What do you think you'd pay for me? And then I'd get a whole bunch of interviews. I'd take a couple days off from work, go do them, come home. I'd have all these nice offers and I'd go right to my current company and go, hey, so this thing, I went out and did a whole bunch of interviews. It's not any, it's like just seeing what I'm worth. This is what the companies are willing to pay me in these locations. And I usually come up with like a decent middle area. Like I know this area is not high impact and it doesn't pay this well, but if you go in this area, it gives me a good quality of life boost. It makes me want to stay. And then we could just continue on like this for like until, another raise comes around. And one time they were like, oh, we'll consider it. And it was the one time that I gave them a lower than the highest one I got because I want them to feel bad. I didn't want them to feel like I needed them to beat it. I wanted to give them a chance. Mm-hmm. And he made such a hee-haw, it's such a huge increase about it that I literally was like, wow, I guess I won't tell you what I'm actually being offered.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
But every single time I swapped jobs in those 3 years, I gained a significant increase in pay. And my job history looked like I was very well rounded. If you stay in a place for a long time, you look like a very dedicated employee that a lot of companies like, but you also only have a skill set for those companies. So I always suggest especially if you're in a career that allows you to learn other stuff like manufacturing or welding, like learn every type of the tech, learn all the tools, ask around to learn everything. Hey, Brewster Buffalo. Hey, Ramshackle.
Hi, guys.
Sorry, I'm talking to everyone's ass off. I'm sorry.
Honestly, I'm fine with that just because it's like I'm just focused on drawing stuff, so it's like helps to have. I'm gonna do some mech doodling because I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, Zyme confirmed. I mean, that was also in like early or mid to late 2000s Zyme. So it's been that same pattern for the last 20 years. I don't know, because you're lazy. You didn't want to hyper focus on a super topic. I don't know, man. I thought you were going into psychology. Like, I don't know. I'm just glad you're a doctor. I need a doctor, doctor, doctor.
Doctor.
You did the hard part. Now we just gotta get you a doctor on a board. Like, we gotta get a billboard for Psydoc.
I'll make him a billboard.
Yeah, like when Psydoc gets confirmed at like a new location or opens up his own practice, we're gonna get a giant fucking billboard designed by Krispy and put it up for like a month.
Yeah. It's gonna have a mechanical waving arm on it too.
Yep, and it'll be really a duck he'll be his duck with like his doctor outfit with waving one of the feathers.
That's a good one. This is your friend. He fights for medicine.
Side doctor for you. And I'll, like, every Pokemon fan will show up.
How expensive is it to make neon signs? Because that's
not
something...
that expensive. I mean, guess how big they are. I guess if they're billboard size.
If it's billboard size, that's good.
Because I've had them done for, like, I have one in my room and I've made them for people as gifts over the years.
Usually that's cool.
Not made them myself. I'd have them commissioned, sent out. I don't know how to do neon. I don't know. I don't have a place to get a vacuum.
I don't blame you for that.
Just don't have a vacuum chamber.
Yeah, it's like I'd like to get back into doing ceramics and stuff because I really enjoyed working with clay, but you really need a setup for that. And I know a place that if I take classes I could go make stuff at. It's just money, you know.
I mean, money is a big motivator of why we work.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what I was like. That was kind of my original point. I spent a majority of the foundational part of my career making sure I was getting to the pay rate I wanted, not waiting to get there. And then when I got in that area, now I never really had to worry about going up or down because I'm already at that very comfortable level. And so now if I, go to a job, I lose like $20K a year, it doesn't do anything to me. If I get another $20K a year, it doesn't improve the quality of my life much, because me and Gummy both work. We don't have any kids. We really have nothing, I mean, I don't
kids
work.
Kids are expensive, man.
I'm a bum. Sorry, I'm a bum. She works, so I'm leeching off her. I'm drinking all of her Red Bull and eating all of her Thin Mint Girl Scout cookies.
I drink her milkshake.
Yeah. I left her she knows which Girl Scout cookies to get that I won't eat, so she keeps her safe.
I hope my wife ordered Girl Scout cookies, so I'm waiting for those to show up because, man, I love the peanut butter chocolate ones.
So 2 weeks ago, she brought home a whole bunch from work because her boss is like some weirdo he's a good guy. I'm just saying he's weird because he'll randomly get an urge, like, I'm going to go get White Castle, and he'll drive like an hour and a half north for White Castle and come back with White Castle for everybody, but it's like cold now.
That's too far to try for White Castle, man.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Like,
it is.
Holy
but
shit.
That's the thing. Like he'll do that with internet. Like anywhere he goes to eat, he'll just bring back like loads for everyone at the office. So he just feeds people, and I think that's neat. But he's also kind of everyone has their quirks. Like his quirk is he feeds you. Other side kind of crazy. I guess I don't know. He seems nice. And he also obviously employs Gummy. So hey, way to go. Keep going.
Yeah.
But like she gets all these random like foods throughout the day, and I think it's just so funny how like eccentric he is with the going out for stuff.
Get you a boss that's crazy, but not like too crazy. Yeah. Like not American Psycho crazy.
But yeah, I mean, when you're young, it's a lot easier to bounce around. But as you get older, places like the money actually is hopefully gets better enough to where you can attempt to do things like that. But always make sure you're safe, or at least one person's working, or you have something already planned. But definitely do it when you're younger than older. Like, jumping into jobs when you're older and you have, like, one hyper-focused thing is probably a good way to end up somewhere in a bad spot.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we can help you out with it. We're going to make you famous art. We're going to have you tape a banana to this atlas.
Oh, my God.
You're going to make 15 million C-bills.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to save this sketch for later because now I just want to draw like a pretentious atlas and a beret with a beret and shit.
God.
Just like, oh, it's odd.
such high levels. Only high
it's
level
so
individuals understand.
yeah, it's so funny. When I was in college, my capstone project for my graphic design major was I made a media kit from Scholastic Books, promoted graphic novels in schools, because Scholastic, at least back in the day, I haven't checked on them in years. They used to do a lot with graphic novels, and I did all this research for it, and it was like a really fun project actually. It took a while, but
I don't know what
what
Psyduck's responding to anymore because I went too far with it. But I'm not trying to insult you, Psyduck. I think I just didn't like we talked about a lot of things you were planning on doing early, and this is where we are now. So I didn't know if you were going full into family practice or if you were going to still specialize or go into mental
I
stuff. So I was
can we
just
get him
thinking,
to
I'm just kidding,
can we get him to be a mad scientist? Like,
dude. I'm about it. How's your
what are
chemistry, Psyduck? Can we get you and Pablo to make us some Go powder?
yes, quote unquote go powder.
The up go. We don't have White Castle around here by doing. You know, we don't really have White Castle around here either. This is why it's so random that she
No,
brought
we
White
don't
Castle.
either. We don't have White Castle where I'm at either. It's like my first time ever trying Whataburger was at the meetup, which I liked it, but and part of it probably was too just because I was feeling nauseous from just getting off a flight, but there was too much mustard on that burger.
I like how every atlas starts with a skull.
Got to, man.
You got
It's
to.
the most recognizable part.
Dr. Atlas. Yeah, if we can make him an emote if it works for it.
Oh, now I want to draw Dr. Atlas too. Shit. It's like Dr. Mario, but he's just shooting people with an AC-20 with kills.
That would be pretty badass. That'd be pretty badass. Here we go.
Man, if I just had like fuck you money, I would just make so many dumb games and things just because it'd be fun.
Yeah.
It'd be stuff like that.
So I've been playing a lot on this iPad. I got Procreate and Procreate Flow because I was trying to do some animation stuff. But we already had that from like when Gummy had it when she first bought it.
Procreate's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean it works pretty natively on the the iPad, so it works for everything there. And then I'm also doing this one called Toon Fling, I think it's called. I keep forgetting the name. I don't have the iPad in here. Wait, do I have the iPad here? Oh, I do. Hold on a sec.
Word. Alright. I just realized that I was drawing on a vector layer, which made things interesting, but that's fine. I'm used to drawing with vector. Vector's actually a lot of fun once we can figure it out, because it's basically connect the dots, but more involved, I guess, is the best way to put it. I think I've talked about vector before on stream. Yeah, Dr. Atlas and Nurse Irby. There's a fucking...
Oh, it's called Toon Squid. It was another one I got recommended for animating stuff. So I was trying to see if I could do it. Not great so far.
I'd love to get into animation. It's just so involved.
Yeah, and well, yeah, it is. Because every scene, I mean, you can if it's a moving scene, every single frame is just something new.
Yeah. I actually, when I was in high school for my senior year, I went to like the CTC, like the careers, like Votech kind of plays.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you have those out like your way, but
oh yeah, the career, yeah, they got the Job Corp stuff.
Yeah, basically. And I originally I wanted to go for graphic design, but because of the size of where I went to school, because I went to a Catholic school, so it was definitely a lot smaller versus all the other schools around. They had this fun little policy where when classes started filling up, they didn't kick people from the waiting list based on grades. They kicked them based on the school size. So I got kicked from the list for that class. And my dad, he like tried to fight and stuff. But what they ended up letting me do is I went to the visual broadcast class instead, and one of the projects I had was doing a stop motion for that, which was a lot of fun to do, and it was really interesting just to. I actually did it with Bionicle, which was pretty fun. But man, mine wasn't even super animated, and I think it was like 800 pictures and stuff that I had to take just to do like a 2-minute video. It was pretty wild. Like, stop motion takes so much work to do.
Yeah, I watched how the Wallace and Gromit got made because that was real interesting when the first time I saw it. And the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, and just seeing all like the crazy practical effects they do with all the clay. Oh, hold on. Getting a phone call. Be right back.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, there's a reason that the latest Wallace and Gromit movie came out, years and years after the previous one. I just forget how long it's been. I want to say it's been like 10, 12 years. I really don't remember. If someone wants to look that up, please let me know. But yeah, stop motion takes a lot of work. It's really cool though. I mean, if you want to see a great example of stop motion, Mad God is a movie to watch. One of these days I need to just like sit down and actually do a more in-depth, less memey drawing of an Atlas, because it is my favorite mech. Or at least it's one of my favorite mechs. It's hard to choose favorites. There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah, design-wise, there's a whole bunch I don't really care for, lore or like their builds, but just design-wise, there's so many cool mechs.
That's the thing. It's like, there's really not a lot of mechs in BattleTech that I don't like the look of, even if they are not the greatest on tabletop.
Or weird.
Yeah.
Weird sometimes adds to it.
Oh yeah, like I really like the Orion just because of how weirdly asymmetrical it is, and it's just like this big, chunky looking thing, but it's really good to use. I loved using that in the Harebrained Schemes game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It made a surprisingly good missile boat when I had to use it for that, but it's good heavy to have when you're starting out. And then
never really got too far in that. Like I tried the campaign a few times, and I tried BattleTech Extended once, and I just was like, I don't know what I'm doing. There's so many options. Help me.
It's a lot. Yeah.
And I play Mega Mech with a whole bunch of custom options, and that shit's still like, I don't even know what's real or not with all these mods.
I haven't played that game in a while just because of the whole memory leak thing, which I'm sure there's a way to fix that at this point, but
there is not. They've added ways to increase the amount of memory you can give it, so it can last longer for computers with large RAM, but still highly recommend that you restart after every mission.
Oh, it's so awful.
I know. Mega Mech is great. Their most recent update's pretty cool, but I just saw that their head dev, which helped us fix the Mega Mech tournament game last time, Ilani or whatever. Sorry, I'm forgetting her name wrong. I haven't said it or read it in a while. I just saw a ping in the Mega Mech forum saying that she stepped away from the project community for at the moment. I don't know how long, if it's forever or not, but she was the reason it got so fucking cool over the last year or two, because of all the interest in the new updates and stuff, and now it's gone.
Yeah, that's a shame. I mean, to be honest, if it's burnout related, I totally get it.
Oh, 100%. I don't blame them for it. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm sure they weren't compensated. So I mean, you're essentially solo developing and fixing a game that was made by a lot of people over a long period of time. It's like trying to decrumple Cessus 13 and put in some new code. Best you could do is decipher the ancient runes and hope that they apply to what you put back in.
It's probably for the best then that we made BPL 14, because at least with that code, it's a lot easier from what I understand of it. Because Beyond Code is just a Lovecraftian nightmare. I mean, geez, I remember playing rounds of Space Station 13 where it would just turn into a turn-based strategy game with how bad the lag was. Though part of that might have also been my own internet, just because my internet isn't the greatest.
No, the visibility in Space Station 13 was meant to be claustrophobic, so I totally get it. Although I had a harder time dealing with like the real time shade, like line of sight in 14 than anything, because like you could peek around corners and get weird angles on stuff now.
Yeah, there's so much more that you see in the screen when you're
Like
playing.
before, you could like if you were to peek out or look, some code bases let you do a peek with a click, but if you had to step out to see them, so that means they get to see you. And now you can kind of like edge the edge of the corner and just kind of see someone's like beginning sprite and go, oh, I got him.
Yeah, but that get interesting.
That's playing third person mode or something.
Yeah, I need to get back into playing on Saturdays and stuff when we run games. Space Station is like a game that I definitely appreciate and like. It's just one I gotta be in the mood for, you know.
I 100% know. I've been experiencing pretty heavy burnout with it myself. I haven't found myself playing any games.
Yeah, I feel they on that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've just been kind of chilling in voice chat, just idly playing Space Haven, just to have something to do, or I'm doodling in my sketchbooks or something.
Your sketchbooks are awesome to look through. You can see like progression, how you're refining like certain strokes and stuff. It's pretty sick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you did get to look through them at the meetup, which, you know, it's funny. I was actually thinking about it on my drive home today, but I was just thinking about, you know, just for whatever reason, I think it may be because of the podcast I listened today talking about music, but just where my influences came from with certain things that I do, and I was just thinking back on where I learned certain techniques that I use nowadays versus where I used to be, and it's just an interesting thing to think about, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like the reason that the way, because when I used to draw, I used to really press my pencil into the paper, and then I learned to draw lighter with it because a friend of mine in high school kind of showed me the technique for doing that when I was doodling, and it's just kind of evolved over time into my own way of doing it. It's things like that, you know. I definitely had some good teachers for stuff, you know. I had a guy that did one-on-one with me who was really helpful in a lot, and obviously, you know, having a graphic design background definitely helps a lot.
Yeah.
But honestly, a lot of it was just me just kind of seeing something I wanted to do and just practicing it, you know.
It all
I'm
has to
not good.
start with interest, and then it's determination, motivation.
So. Just for whatever reason, when I was a kid, just drawing stuff just became something I loved doing, and I just stuck with it ever since I was little. Like, it really isn't an understatement for me to say that I've been drawing since I can remember, because even back in kindergarten and stuff, I was drawing.
Yeah, I remember I was one of those people who doodled in all my notebooks and stuff. I had this ongoing war between 3 different alien races in my.
That sounds fun.
So they're like you never see them. They're kind of gaseous, like UFO people. Like they're like weird aliens with like gaseous forms. It's very a young version brain, so it's not that great picture.
I know.
it's like they have a gaseous form, but they have like a traditional UFO with like a little dome top on the top, and they have like giant fuck off beaming lasers. That's like their main beams. Like I have scenes of like mid combat, so you'd see beams flying through the air and stuff. And then there would be the Yoshis, which were like essentially balls with like multiple appendages, and one being the head, and they can kind of redact into it, becoming like really solid and like damage immune. But they also run and they have a water planet they live on and all this stuff.
That actually sounds kind of fun. I like that idea.
Then there was the humans, who always kind of just showed up to shoot missiles at stuff that they easily shot down and ignored most of the scene. Like almost every scene had a human group or some kind of force showing up and just getting completely ignored or blocked by the most mundane thing they
Yeah.
had.
Yeah, I used
So
to just draw like a lot of like Star Wars stuff, and then I just started doing my own stuff. You know, a lot of like big battle scenes and things because I was really into Command and Conquer
yeah,
stuff like that. Um, I mean, the big thing for me was just kind of learning how to draw certain things. You know, like actually the way that I kind of started to really figure out how to draw people was from a book on how to draw anime of all things. There was actually a lot of drawing books in my and this is like one of the people who I really appreciated in school and really credit, but our librarian, she was always accommodating to me whenever I went in there to get books, and I don't know if she got those books just because of me. I don't want to say that, but they were definitely books that I really got invested in, and I ended up getting copies of some of them to have for myself because I ended up learning a fair bit from those just on how to draw because it was really like the first time I had, you know, how to break down anatomy into shapes kind of explained to me.
that's cool as shit. I had one.
Yeah.
I had one drawing tutorial book from a book fair when I was in elementary school.
Oh man, the
Uh,
fucking book fair was the
but I
shit.
was always allowed. I was always allowed three books because it was because my family was low income. It was like one or buy two get one free type of thing for them. But it was kind of,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that was just my mom making up stuff or not. I was a kid, but so I was able to always grab three. That was kind of the way that she tricked me into thinking I could only get three every time. So I picked one drawing book that year, and then that year's Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, which haunted me, which was a mistake.
Yep.
That was a very weird mistake to read those when you're a child, because then you start thinking like, can I eat myself? I don't know. Do people live up in trees? You know, the kind of shit starts hitting you. Um, but the other one was a stupid one. It was a one of those multi-page rip out how to like fold fancy paper airplanes,
Oh, nice.
and those were fun because like you pull them out, they have all the bend marks, and they would show you on that next page what you're supposed to do. So you'd learn really cool ways to make like different types of paper airplanes. Um, but yeah, it was one of the like I fundamentally got out of that drawing book the idea that here like how to draw an owl. Here, draw two circles, and then draw the rest of the fucking owl. I was like, I don't know what the circles are about. Ah.
Yeah, it's so funny because like there's sometimes where I'm like thinking of stuff that I know how to draw on, and then I'm like, how the hell do I explain this to people? I don't even know how to explain this. It's like you just pick stuff up off of muscle memory, and then or just doing it for long enough, and then it just becomes a thing you do.
It's true. Oh my god, that banana's gonna make you so rich.
Oh man, I'm gonna buy so much crypto.
Oh, dude, you're gonna sell versions of the. You're gonna sell pictures of different angles of the banana as different like crypto coins.
Yeah, exactly.
This is north 13 degrees to the right 14 degrees shot. This is only your shot. This coin in this shot is worth $10,000.
Dude, I had a friend of mine that was like really trying to get me into like crypto and NFTs, and I'm so glad I didn't listen to him because it just sounds like a circus.
How have you checked up on him since? Like, do you know if he's doing okay?
Um, apparently he's working with another friend of mine now, refinishing furniture. So I don't think the crypto thing necessarily went according to plan.
Just gotta hold out. GameStop will go up, man. Diamond hands. Like,
If I see him next and he says he's still doing crypto shit, I'm gonna just be like, bruh. Because he got like some kind of like compact gaming computer. Like, yeah, man, I'm gonna data mine on this. I'm like, all right,
oh sure.
have fun with that.
Oh man. Speaking of that, I gotta. So, for all 34 of you that are here, and like maybe like the 5 of you that actually listen to our podcast or his, maybe, I don't know, maybe that's your podcast instead, but the BPL podcast. I'm sorry there was such a delay. We literally recorded this episode 2 weeks after I released that last one, and then Tex had this weird idea that he wanted to actually get like an official, jingle or jam or intro music, like a big, normal places usually have something where you hear the music. Ah, that podcast. Something identifiable, chimey, catchy, or good lyrics. Something. If you ever listen to, like, Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend or something like that.
Yeah.
And so we wanted like a little, you know, coming with a like you hear a record player get put a tape on, then the needle drop, and then you hear Tex's voice spin up, and he goes, "Oh, welcome internet. You're listening to a podcast." Do something like that.
Oh, that's fun.
And then after a few like seconds of him doing his intro, which will just be the intro, it'll kick into some like swingy dance or some kind of like what you'd hear on like an old like record player or xylophone or something, right? Xylophone. Yeah. No, what's the one with the smaller discs? Not the xylophone's a
gramophone.
Instrument. Yeah, I guess. But
we'll go with gramophone.
There we go, gramophone. But like some swingy kind of stuff that goes into it for like another 10 seconds of mute, and then it will slowly fade out to us actually talking in the podcast. So like just, hey everybody, welcome to the podcast, here's your show. Hey everybody, welcome to WPL's. This is and then at the end of it, because if any of you ever listen to podcasts, I'm not sure if you do or not, if the podcast suddenly ends, like you were listening to it and your hands are dirty or you're working on something and you suddenly get a whole flush of ads right at the end of all of your podcasts, and I hate it because like that was something that happened to me a lot because I'd be in the middle of doing something or working with somebody, I'm listening to a podcast, I hear it's ending, I can't get to my phone without looking like I'm ignoring whoever I'm talking to or whatever I'm doing, and then suddenly kerblam, like here's a whole bunch of app controlled or host controlled ads just slamming them. So thank God you got that stuff. They're talking about their ad block, which I need to get on my phone for this.
I would love some for my phone.
Pyro. I like that. Pyro. What's up? Shit, I got lost on it. But yeah, I was
talking about ads.
So like I wanted to give them a few, like at least a minute or so of like some enjoyable jam out music you can listen to before, so you can wipe your hands off, get to your phone, and stop your podcast. Because I found that was something I really enjoyed when I was re-listening to the intermission, because I listened to the other podcasts, they just kind of end, and then suddenly ads. So if I put intermission on, I put on whatever jam I did for the tune, and then it goes into like a 2-3 minute whatever. They get to enjoy some music I think is okay enough to like not make you want to rip your headphones off, and then they can get to their phone or podcast player of app and then swap to something else before you get bombarded with like 3 minutes of shit trying to sell you like Manscaped.
Yeah, to be honest, I wouldn't mind if we did something like that with the Ox Unplugged. He says not being edited for the podcast.
No, I mean you could. Halion was here earlier. I mean, feel free. I think it's just a quality of life thing, just to give people a few seconds to react before suddenly everything else they weren't listening to shows up.
That was the fun bit about our Star Wars game we recorded, Galaxy of Thieves. I don't know if people knew this, but Maestro essentially, I don't know if he made all the songs he wanted to, because we were going to originally have a song at the end of every episode, but he basically made an entire album, like a punk, and this is what Star Wars music is called, a punk jizz album of a band called the Bad Motivators, and like stuff in those songs was usually based off of stuff that happened in the episode. And I mean, he's maestro. He loves it. I mean, he's a maestro with the absolute music that he makes and everything. I mean, he does great stuff. But that was such a fun little detail to have in there, and it was nice, like you said, having something to kind of tell you, hey, the episode's ending, in case you want to like have something spooled up.
Yeah.
And then we had a fun song to listen to.
Yeah, because it'd be fun if you insert your own stupid ads. I mean, that's always a fun thing. You get like Mad Ducks.
Oh, that would be great.
And like, just have a random Mad Ducks go, following ads are for your listening pleasure. And like, so people and like just have some ads, just something chat's pretty much on the ball. They all kind of know that if they're listening to podcasts, like if you don't get to your phone by the end of that ad, unless you're paying for a premium service, there's a good chance it's going to suddenly just hit you with whatever they want you to hear. So now you're stuck because your hands are dirty or wet, or you're into something or working on something, or you're not supposed to be touching your phone right now. And now you're stuck for minutes of just blah, 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 unless you rip your headphones off. And some people are in noisy environments,
Yeah.
So
or at
it's
work or
so like
whatever.
my best solution would be just give them something nice to listen to while they gather up their shit and take a moment to
I'll
turn
be
off their
right
stuff.
back.
He'll be right back after the short commercial. So how's everyone going, chat? Just me now. Welcome to Good Times with Diggs. I won't do that again. My mouth noise is way too much. Let's turn that down. So yeah, that'd be smarter. Audiobooks would be... See, like with me with audiobooks, is my issue is I want to listen to everything. Like I want to remember, I want to read every detail and put in my head, like if I'm listening to audiobooks kind of passively, if I suddenly tune into something that's really cool, suddenly I get launched on the idea that I need to backfill everything that I just missed to make this one thing make sense. So then I'm sitting here going backwards and forwards in audiobooks. So that audiobooks are for me if I'm like trying to like rest on a plane and my eyes are closed. But for anything I'm doing passively in the background, I get way too fixated on the story, or I don't listen at all.
Yeah, I get that. I'll honestly put on episodes of like the BPO podcast or other podcasts to listen to. Not like episodes I've listened to multiple times just to have background music, just because usually it's a subject that I'm enjoying, and you know it's just nice to have something to sort of pay attention to as you're working.
Antenna pod on Android is what I use. No, oh man, yeah, that's another thing. Unfortunately I'm stuck on the Apple ecosystem, so I'm either paying. I could probably find like a lower end podcast player that just gets an RSS feed and would charge me like a $5 or $10 thing and never give me ads again. Or I could stick with the one that has like all my podcasts for the last 10 years and all the episodes I've marked as favorite, and then just accept that I paid them $10 like 20 years ago, but now they got to give me ads back. Well, that's actually really funny. So when this app first came out, it's Overcast, which is made by the guys who do like an entire podcast like network. I forgot their name of it. Oh man, my head's just not there today. But
hey man, it'd be like that.
But like, so whatever. Like this podcast called Overcast. It used to be my favorite podcast app player on both Android and this one. And back in like iPhone 8, like when podcasts was starting to be a thing. Yeah, if you want, you can listen to the Oxcast all you want. That's just gold.
I hear those guys are pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. But like, so these guys charged, 10 something years ago, $5 to have ad free, on your app. Well, they honored that, but they've updated their terms to now have a monthly service so it can continue to support them, But it's like $1 a month, so it's not crazy. So totally worth something to me when I use like my podcast player. Well, I was using it 4 days out of the week, right? It's like me trying to justify you premium when I run out of things to watch on YouTube because I watch it so much, right?
Yeah.
But they're honoring the fact I bought it, so there's no ads inside the app, but there are ads on my podcast.
Yeah, I get ads on my pods that definitely just sound like they were just put in there.
Yeah.
I
hate it when it's in the middle of like the person you're listening to is also doing an ad, which is usually kind of fun. Like Bill Burr is good with his ads, but same note, he'll be middle doing his. He'll finish one, then it'll go to like like some completely off volume, way too low or high, usually high, and it's like 2 minutes fucking long, and then goes back to his other ad, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I can somewhat tolerate podcast ads, especially like because I usually use Spotify just because it's convenient in there, and I also can fast forward through them. But what I cannot stand from Spotify and just in general is just how many ads you get in between songs and music. Because Spotify is so bad with that, where you will get like a song, and then you just get bombarded with like 5 ads. You know what I do for music? I'm gonna sound hipster as shit with this, but I literally bought myself an MP3 player, and I just like get music and just put it on that because I just don't feel like dealing with ads. Like I just want to listen to music when I'm when I want to listen to music. Podcasts, it's whatever. You know, there's usually good amounts of breaks in between ads on those. But music-wise, it's like, I don't want to deal with ads.
Yeah, Spotify used to be my main player. Of course, was good forever. But
Yeah.
my service gave me unlimited Apple Music, and I still didn't want to use Apple because it's just I don't want to have to put Apple on other things. I just want it on my phone. So now I realize I pay for YouTube premium family plan for $10 a month. So I had 6 people on it. Today I kicked off one coworker I don't work with anymore because I only left him on there because he worked with me and I gave it to him earlier, you know.
No, yeah, I get you. My wife does that with her coworkers, just sharing a service.
Yeah, so like I paid $10 a month. I was given a meme and his lady still has it, he doesn't. And then Gummy, of course, myself. Another coworker I'm actually still good friends with who hasn't worked there in over a year now. He's a good dude. So now I'm gonna have to find 2 people to give premium to.
For Spotify?
Oh no, YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Spotify used to be a favorite. I just went to YouTube.
I just use AdBlock on YouTube because.
Oh no, I'm if you can get away with it, like I said, I'll never be against the AdBlock. I have it installed. I'm not crazy.
Absolutely.
I'm not dumb.
Can't. I don't know if there's a good one for phones. Is my whole thing because like on
you
my
can use a
computer,
VPN. Like I have AdGuard and it does 99% of them.
I should probably look into one of those.
So I have that. If I'm doing if I'm gonna browse the web these days, I'll turn it on because it'll auto ad block without using my phone's ad block, which is much worse. But if I'm on Discord and stuff, it can get a little bit weird if you don't update the filters every day. So I kind of keep it off unless I'm using it to browse online.
Yeah.
The thing is with me, it's like I watch YouTube. Like I have a tab open right now to YouTube. It's paused because I'm with you right now, but I always have YouTube open. I'm always watching something. It's always either on my phone or somewhere. If I'm not essentially doing anything specific, or if I'm doing something on my PC, there's always a YouTube video or a Twitch stream going. This is how I live my life. It's terrible.
Which is more, I mean, that definitely justifies having YouTube Premium at that point, you know?
Yeah, so and it's across every device, including my TV. Like, the only way I'm touching every device, including my phones, is if I'm using a Pi-hole and it's exclusively a VPN on my phone. And that's a lot of extra work when I can just give them $10 a month to leave me alone. But then again, I'm not totally against helping YouTube. But I can understand where it's going, and it's making me like, shit, man.
That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I'm not a fan of all the short stuff. I mean, other than, like, cat videos, the shorts, because, you know, cats are just fun to watch. But just...
True.
There's just so much stuff I see where I'm just like, I'm not a fan of this. And that's just YouTube. I mean, not to get too into the weeds on it, but the programs I use, the Affinity software, I'm really not a fan of what the direction they went with that. Now I'm just like, where am I going to go if I need to update different software?
Oh yeah, like didn't they shove a whole bunch of AI tools and stuff inside of it?
Apparently that is the paid version. There's a freemium version where it has, but yeah, my problem is, I mean, obviously the AI thing I'm always going to have a problem with, but my problem with it is the programs that, like, they're older programs were basically alternatives to Adobe. And that doesn't sound like it'd be a big deal to have them combined together, but, you know, for example, the type-based program is really good if I want to make something with a lot of typography in it. The vector program's good for logos, and then, you know, I haven't used the drawing program because I use Clip Studio, but if it's for like photo editing and stuff, I'm sure it's great for that. But combining it all together, I just feel like it's going to be just jack of all. It's just going to be like, it's not going to be good at any of the things that I want it to be like it has been.
Yeah.
You know?
It's going to, like you think that the support that should be going to refining like your personal experience is going to be dumped into how you can make it just automate everything.
Exactly. That's a big part of it. It's
I see you're trying to draw a leg here. Would you like me to make a similar but slightly different version of the right leg for the left leg?
No.
And then it just copies it over and changes the scribbles a little bit so it looks like you drew it a little different. You're like, wow, I feel so creative. See how creative I am, guys?
Meanwhile, I could just go into Clip Studio and I could just do this, where I'm just like.
Well, that's where they get you. They could. Oh wait, it'll be backwards anyways. Oh my God, you have two left feet. I know you can flip it too, but.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but, you know, you're absolutely right. It would definitely just do something like that, and then
it really would.
Like
it would literally be like, I can see how you're drawing 1 foot. If it's symmetrical, would you like me? Clippy shows up and it's a paintbrush. It's like, would you like me to copy on the other side? And you're like, I can do that.
Yeah. I mean, I like what you were telling me about what you're doing now, where you're just like making AI stuff, and then you're just kind of working backwards, just learning how to make it on your own. That's a fun way to use it.
Yeah, because I've always like it's not a topic of conversation before, but when I've talked about how I learn, like I'm a very like everyone learns their own way. Absolutely. I'm really good at deconstructing an answer. Give me the solution or show me how you did it, and I will find a way to do it better or figure out how to do it on my own. Like, I'm really good at stepping back from things. So me seeing a product and going, how did he do that? And then seeing something and saying, how did this happen? And then being able to mimic or figure it out that way is way easier than me than saying, here's a picture of it, copy it over here. And I go, well, I don't want to redraw it. I want to know how it was made. Like, I want to watch someone draw this in reverse. Like, that's what I want to do, you know?
Absolutely.
So, like, to me, if I can just be like, just draw me a random bear in a field. I want to like learn how to draw fur better because I never drew fur on like anything I drew before. So I draw Diggs that actually has fur, and I can see the different kind of like little scribbles and styles they're using to demonstrate fur. And I go, oh, you know what? I like this one. So I teach myself how to make fur like how it showed me like 5 different samples, and I was like, oh, that makes sense to me because then I had a specific question about a very specific thing. I can have it show me it and alternatives and explain this to me what it's called, and I can go okay and then apply it. But if I go to school and say, teacher, help me give me the answers, they kick me in the face and say, get out. But yeah, I mean, that's just, so I what started all that is I got stuck on a random road trip for like 3 hours each direction because extended family member's dad died, and they inherited a property with like off 66 within driving distance. And we love these two of the family members. Like every time they come out, we hang out with them. They're always a great time. So we look for any excuse to see them, and them being within 3 hours is 100% go hang out with them. So we drove up there after she got off work on Friday. We stayed there Saturday, Sunday, and we came home Sunday because she still had to work Monday. But the whole time I was up there, I was just like doing hard labor and doing like do it because like they just inherited this house up in the middle of fucking nowhere off Route 66.
Man,
and it could literally look at Route 66. It's the driveway you drive up, you know.
It is kind of cool.
It is cool. I mean, it's the whole area feels like it's trying. Like I went to this place, guys, if you ever go to Kingman, Arizona, there's this place called Mr. D's or Dr. D's. I'm not actually sure anymore. Was it Doctor? I don't know. But he has a whole bunch of like, a little chain of like shops, but he has the best, probably the first or second best chicken fried steak I've ever had at Dr. or Mr. D's.
That sounds real good.
Drive-in or diner off Route 66 one. And they said it was world famous. I doubted it, but I know why. I asked them if we can go back for dinner. That's how much it is.
Yeah, that's a good sign. Yeah, there were some good spots we went to at the meetup where I was like, man, I love this. Like, I love just going to good local spots, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, getting away from the same chains over and over again.
That's
Speaking of that, I was supposed to order food. By the time food gets here, Gummy's gonna be home.
Well, shit.
What should I get? Chat, help me order. I got all a DoorDash and every chain and probably nothing super unique nearby.
Okay, if we're going chain food, that does narrow options.
It could do some non. There's a couple nons. It's just hard to explain every one of the non-chain ones. So Chinese, I guess. So I got a couple options.
Chinese is always solid.
That sounds good to me. Let's narrow it down. Oh, whoa, shit!
Is that Andy?
Oh, God. Perfect timing. I ordered Chinese and he showed right up.
He could smell. Oh, that's right, because you went to that place with the massive plates when we were at the meetup. It's very.
Oh yeah, ding ha. Well, I shouldn't say it.
No, say it.
It's such a good name now.
Ding how? That's how.
So Chinese food with noodles and pork with egg rolls. Listen, I don't have DoorDash. We live in the middle of nowhere. They don't deliver out here. Or dumplings. Dumplings are good. All right.
I'm just gonna sit here with potato chips and ranch or
Ranch?
onion. What is it?
French onion dip?
Yeah,
French onion dip.
Oh,
That's
that's a good snack though.
Good choice.
We got a grocery outlet right by where I live that I go to, and they had these like this spiced like mix of different nuts and stuff that I got that was so good, and I'm kind of bummed because I got the last of it and I don't know if they're gonna get any more. But I need to find it again because it's such good stuff.
Could get katsu, or I can get a chicken katsu plate at a local Asian place. But I want noodles. I think I can get some.
So someone called out today because his cat died. He wants bereavement.
I mean, I get it. I totally
Yeah,
get
me
it.
too. But the manager was like, "You don't get 3 days bereavement for your cat dying." Oh.
I'd give him a
3
day.
days. At least a day.
I went home.
3 days is a bit much,
I came to work
but-
when I found out my pet died, and it was really actually kind of weird, and because it was the same day, it was the last day my boss at the time was living there, or not living there, working there.
I can imagine if it was an emotional.
He walked up
support
and he's like, "Hey man, you don't gotta be upset. We can still hang out." I'm like, "This isn't about you."
Yeah. Shit, man, I went to the work like the day after my grandma died. Admittedly, it was because I wanted to fix a mistake that I made, but still, it was just like, damn. Like, I don't think a day for bereavement of a pet is a bad thing to ask. 3 days might be pushing it, though, I will say.
My last company only gave us 3 days a year, so I completely understand if they want to limit the pets to 1, considering you might need 2. But same time, it's my morning. It's about loss.
Yeah.
If this is the one I'm gonna waste it on, then that just means I have to use PTO for the other one, and no one loses here.
Grief affects everyone differently, so who's to say how one person will feel or the other?
Yeah, somebody come in next day and be like, "Yeah, dog died, sucks, real sad about it." Anyways, and the next person
Country song.
Bro Country Song got a platinum album, heading out. You know.
I will say that the guy that called out, I think he tends to call out for any old thing, anyway.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
so if it was
my
like
grandma
you,
died. It was like you have several grandmas you said you needed to go to funerals for.
yeah, my mom died. It's like, this is your third mom. It's like, I was adopted 5 times.
I grew up in a commune. I have 5 moms.
Yeah, I didn't know which one was my mom, so I called them all my mom. Anyways. I had one day off when I found out my dog died.
I'm going
My
through
second
my
cousin
drawing
removed
list here.
twice over died.
Yeah, Orc Slayer. That's honestly, that's it. Like, if I came home or I woke up or my pet was dead or whatever, just no one in their fucking right mind would be like, "Well, you gotta get to work."
Oh,
Like,
there are
just-
people that'll do that.
if you're not abusive asshole like this guy he's talking about, apparently just lies about reasons not to come into work. That's one thing. But like, if I had a good employee and I knew, or if I knew he had a dog, or if he had a picture of it, or I met it, especially if he said like, "Oh my god,
yeah.
Rocky died," I'm like, "Dude, go spend some time with your family. They're gonna need you."
I think I had a boss one day tell me like, "Well, you got to figure out what's more important, your family or your job." And I was like, I kind of just
I was
I
like,
will
are you
stab you. I'll
Yeah,
tell you
right,
right
it's
now
like-
where my importance is. You're threatening my
I
survival or
cannot
my
believe
time with
somebody-
my family. I would be
Cannot
so.
believe somebody-
Ooh.
I'd be like, "You're
Actually
either
asked that
going to
question.
get divorced or you're just like just riding it or something."
I guarantee you that guy goes home to a place furnished with a card table and a fold-out chair and just drinks beer in front of a TV. Like, that is just, cannot believe it. Just be like, say something like that to an employee. I'm glad I've never had places like that where I've just had a boss say shit like that to me. Because that just sounds like something I would not be able to just deal with.
I don't think you could be too bad of a boss on certain job sites like construction, where accidents happen. I'm just saying,
It's
I mean, I'm not
one of those things where I
saying
feel like-
anything. I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
I don't know. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying? You know
guess
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm saying. I'm not implying anything. I'm just saying,
Yeah, it's man, you just reminded me. I watched the Super Bowl halftime show with Bad Bunny, and the part with the telephone poles and just like the sparks flying off of it. I'm just like, huh.
Did we actually have a Super Bowl recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like last weekend. Like
Really?
Sunday, this Sunday.
Shit.
Yeah,
Seahawks.
yeah.
Apparently, the Seahawks won really badly.
Yeah. The fun part about that was there was like a bunch of foliage and stuff that they had for like the show, and I just thought it was like part of the stage. And then my wife told me no, it's people. And then she showed me all these memes of just the army of bush people just walking into the stadium. It was so funny. It was just like one was like these edibles ain't shit like 12 minutes later, and then it's just like walls, like just a conga line of shrub people.
I'm kind of scared how often things like these could just pass me by, and I'm like,
You know, Andy, sometimes I feel like I feel bad for like missing out on stuff, and then I like look at the news. I'm like, I don't feel
Oh, don't
so
get me
bad
wrong.
anymore.
I don't give a shit about the Super. I'd rather play a campaign of Blood Bowl with some of the guys. You know, that's fun.
Yeah, get to see them orc cheerleaders.
Yeah.
I think I posted a GIF of that in the aux the one time. I just remember someone being like, "My eyes." Blood Bowl looks like it'd be a fun Warhammer game to play.
Well,
Oh no.
things can happen that can piss you off. Like one of my orcs died because he slipped and broke his neck.
Oh man, he got $1 Million babied.
Yeah. I mean, it's also hilarious, but you know.
Yeah, I can see it being frustrating after a while. It's like, you know, if I'm playing Helldivers and I die in a stupid way, it can be funny, but if someone just is purposely being a dick about things, then it's like, because I had that playing with some friends the other night where the one guy just kept like teleporting into me and killing me, and I was like,
What the fuck?
right as we're trying to evac, I'm like, bruh. But no, that wasn't like in the BPL or anything. This was just with some other friends of mine. But usually in the BPL, it's just dumb and funny.
Yeah, you
Like the
die no
last
matter
time
what
was-
in the BPL, unless you got.
Oh no, yeah. If you're not dying on a dive, you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
It was funny. I was playing with Striker the other night, and like there was an illuminate grenade or something that was going off, and I tried to barrel roll the other way right as it went off, and then it just exploded and sent me flying through the air. And Striker's just dying laughing watching this.
Is it like a gravity pull grenade? I don't know what the grenade does.
It was just like a regular grenade. It's just the explosion launched me because I was trying to dive at the time.
Oh, so
Like,
you
you
were
know how-
slightly above it, like get in front,
Yeah.
duck into cover. Except you took the blast, survived, and got
It
launched.
yeeted me. It was pretty funny. I was like, I hope no one saw that, and then Striker just starts laughing. I was like, oh.
Did you see the name go up?
Yeah. Oh, he was right next to me when it happened. It was funny.
Nice.
Handy got
Some
his
of us
first
have been
taste of Helldive.
playing Arc Raiders, so we've been
Oh,
having
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I've been
That
seeing
looks fun. It was fun watching it and just seeing like people just being chill with each other, which I know that definitely depends on
Who you're
server
working with, yeah.
people, but
I would say like 9 times, maybe 8 times out of 10, like you get in and you're chill, and then every once in a while you come in and like people start blasting. But you know, sometimes you can have fun with that too. Like, I mean, it hasn't been fun anytime, but one day I would like to get the 3 of us in a group and find an area where people pass through and just surround it and hide in the bushes. And when they pass by, we all just start going out in the woods.
oh my, the goofy boy, the crusty
Hi,
boys.
Raider. What you got for us, Raider?
Start clinking balls together like it's the Warriors.
Raider, come out.
I remember where I made a mix CD once that was that, and then I just put in the audio clip of him clicking the bodios together, just saying that in the middle of the album, right before Slayer Raining Blood came on.
Oh, what I want to do is, so you can get like glow sticks.
Yeah.
I want to get a bunch of green glow sticks and grenades, and go into a well-known room and just surround it, and then crouch down in the middle of it and just start breathing like, if you played Dead Space, like the lung monsters, just sitting there going.
Oh, see, I was thinking something dumber where you just start throwing the glow sticks and grenades as somebody's blasting Zombie Nation through their speakers. We both got different ideas. I do need to start playing more multiplayer games. I mean, I got Helldivers, but I know there's plenty of people that play Deep Rock, which looks fun. Just, you know, you got to be in the mood for multiplayer. The one that I did like that we played was Headliners. That one was fun. If one where I died a lot, but that or Kletka. I liked Kletka a lot.
I did want to try that Pilgrim one, but I didn't want to drop the money on it.
What Pilgrim one?
Pilgrim is like it's like constantly night, and you're on a wagon going to different dungeons, and you're constantly being followed by a giant. Like there's always a giant somewhere staring at you.
Where's the giant, Mansley?
Yeah, there's like you go into dungeons and like weird shit happens.
That sounds like it'd be an interesting one. Also, I do want to play some Repo. That's another one then, because I enjoyed playing it that one time with you. I haven't played it since, but I want to.
Repo's fun.
Yeah.
I kind of wish they'd put like a career mode where like when you die, like you don't lose your upgrades.
Yeah, something like that.
Because with mods, I've tried something like it, and it seems pretty okay. Because like
you do play
you
with
need to buy
with
something
mods,
expensive.
yeah.
It takes you a few levels to get the money to do it. So far, the shotgun is like one of my favorite things to get in that game.
Oh yeah,
I fell off it pretty bad.
One of the new monsters will always know who you are. It's like this tall giant lady, and she claps you.
Now, when you say claps you,
you heard it.
Yep,
that's what I was afraid of.
She claps you. She comes up and she claps you.
Yep.
Do people still play Lethal Company? That kind of just like.
I'm sure there's people. I mean, they're updating. They're still getting sales. They're not. Actually, let me see what their play base like.
That's a good question.
Sometimes people play Barrel Trauma every once in a while.
Everyone currently is playing Mugenics. Oh, it just came out.
I'm not familiar with that one.
It's the new game from the Isaac dev.
Ah. Have either of you guys played that Expedition 33 game?
Played it, yeah, a little bit.
I think you did tell me it was a pretty good game.
It's very pretty. Combat system's pretty neat, but it is a... You gotta be ready with your emotions on that one.
Interesting.
Emotions from a French game?
I'm not there yet.
I mean, I guess it's better than emotions from a Russian novel, so...
True.
Of course, those come after, like, several pages of farm lore. From what my wife has told me about Russian novels she's read.
There was a kind of a ghost hunting game, but you're corgis. I wanted to try to get to play with a Whacker, but
that does sound kind of fun. I hope Whacker enjoys the game that I gifted him the other night, Rat Shaker.
Rat Shaker.
That's right. I did want to draw something related to that.
Rat Shaker.
Have you seen the image of the guy holding the rat?
I have.
Rat shaker.
I was gonna say draw like a hand holding like a Diggs, but you
Oh,
know
no,
what'd be
I-
better? To hold a hand holding a whacker. Yeah, man. Shit.
Man.
Now,
Stop
now,
shaking me,
kiss.
man.
Hold like whacker to digs like two birds, like in that Tyson thing. Like now, kiss.
Okay, there's an idea.
Brewster Buffalo. It's a game called Rat Shaker.
You shake the rat.
It's trademark too. That's the fun part about it.
It's a
Well,
normal sized rat. You just shake it. And you
I
choke it.
watched somebody play it, and yeah, it's a game.
If you like Scroll Stapler, I think it's a game you'll enjoy. Which, if you don't know
It
what Scroll
kinda
Stapler
reminds
is,
me-
oh my.
Well, it kind
Oh.
of reminds me of the PT game, you know.
It's got that energy to it. Some Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh God.
That game
Yeah.
is just, oof. Man, stuff like this just makes me think of like Ren and Stimpy and shows like that. I vaguely remember seeing it on TV when I was little. It was weird even then, but it was funny.
The 90s were a glorious time of unsupervised television watching.
They really were.
You had Beavis and Butthead and Ren and Stimpy, Rocco's Modern Life.
2K.
Rocker's Modern Life was a weird one too, yeah. I mean, the early 2000s too had plenty of that as well. Yet, I mean, Courage the Cowardly Dog is definitely the one I remember. Which, yeah, I actually got to. I didn't get to talk to him, but he was doing a panel at the HorrorCon that we did. But what's his name that did Courage the Cowardly Dog was there, and he definitely is exactly what you'd expect because he was wearing a silver jumpsuit with a funny helmet on and sunglasses the entire time.
It's funny how, like, a creator will create something, be like, ha ha ha, this will be funny, scary. And then there'll be some people like, no, that legit scared me. What are you talking about?
That's that,
terrifying.
no shit. That is exactly
Literally
what he was
everybody.
saying, where he was just like, I made it to be funny, and people were like, this is terrifying.
I mean, there's always that like little bit of a weird area between what people think is normal, fine, kind of weird, or super weird. Like slightly too long mouths, or eyes that are a little bit too big. Like something that's just slightly off, and you're just like, oh, it doesn't bother me. It
Yeah.
looks fine. And the other person's like, that guy's fucking what the fuck.
or somebody with an eye that's like just a little bit higher than the other one.
I mean, that's most people.
Oh boy.
Well, I'm talking about like not most people higher. You know what I mean?
Oh, like it's like the guy from Goonies.
I was just gonna say that.
not quite that far, but far enough where everyone can see it, but not far enough where people are going to be like, "Hey, you're a freak" or something. It's like everybody notices it and they don't say anything about it, but like you notice something off because people don't talk to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel bad now that I've said that.
Yeah, take that. People
you know,
with
it's-
slightly lower but obviously noticeable eye lower people. I don't know, man.
You know, this goes into the whole like uncanny valley theories we were talking about. One of them was like there was something human like. I think it's I subscribe to the Neanderthal theory that like
We're all Neanderthals.
yeah they'd hunt us.
Yeah.
They'd hunt. Well, from what I understand, it was the Cro-Magnon hunting the Neanderthals.
Yeah, but Neanderthals got smart.
No, the Cro-Magnons got smart. The Neanderthals died.
I thought there was some interbreeding there where they just kind of
There
like,
was.
We're all cornbread now.
everyone is cornbread.
Uh,
I'm side cornbread. I was going to ask you
Yes.
to draw like, a typical like girl from like I don't know the 1920s or 70s with the ponytail, and it's like, okay, this is a detective girl, and she solves crimes in Van Zant, and
So
like there's a
Nancy
book.
Drew.
Yeah,
So
she's like
Pippi.
she's the Nancy Drew of Van Zant. It's like a whole book
God,
series in the Van Zant universe of this like girl that solves crimes and all that.
I'm just
Like,
picturing Pippi Longstocking with an M16.
who stole all the hot dogs from the hot dog Herbamac?
Just racks a shotgun. We're gonna find out.
I never read the Boxcart Kids. I would
See,
assume that's dark because they're kids living in a boxcart or something.
I don't know.
Or
I
do they
think I know what
hang
you're
out in a
talking about.
boxcart?
I think it's more supposed to be that. I don't think they would necessarily have a show about homeless children in the 80s.
Oh,
Or maybe they would.
Crispy.
Or maybe they would. I don't know. I've seen weirder shit.
anything for the gram.
Look, the 80s was the time for that dark shit. You've seen Neverending Story.
I actually haven't.
Oh, God.
I've heard it's emotionally traumatizing, but
You like horses, don't you?
oh, that part I know. Yeah.
They're pretty cool, aren't they? I always felt the scariest part was the Sphinx for two reasons. One, you had that high pitch, and you just didn't know, like, they're going to do something, like their eyes are going to shoot you with lasers. And two,
So
you
bad.
know, they were anatomically correct, like, lady things. And, you're sitting there
That's
like,
the-
I don't know if I should be watching this. I think Dad's
That's
going
the
to get
first
mad.
time young Andy learned about women.
If you stare at their chesticles, they shoot lasers at you.
I feel like every kid had a show like that where they saw something and it's just like, huh. I know for at least for my generation, it was probably Totally Spies because that show was made by the horniest of French Canadians.
Bully Snake says it was about a homeless group of kids that got adopted by a kindly old rich man, rich enough to have the boxcar they were living in moved to the woods behind his mansion for them to use as a playhouse.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they were living in the boxcar. I was like, wait, so he adopts these kids and is like, you can't live in the mansion.
They were living in the boxcart, and he adopts them, and he buys the boxcart and has it moved in the woods behind his mansion so that they could play in it.
I mean, that does sound like it'd be a pretty rad clubhouse as a kid, I'm not going to lie. I always wanted a treehouse when I was a kid. I mean, we had a clubhouse in the backyard, but not like an actual treehouse. That clubhouse was a lot of fun, though. We used to have airsoft battles, and just people would be up in that with like guns, airsoft guns, just shooting at others. All right.
Yes.
Trying to think here. See, what's funny is like I've just started like thinking of different like cartoon versions of Legionnaires. So now like my text one is based off of the holiday picture I made for him, where he's like Dr. Robotnik.
My God, what is this so funny about unibrows?
Oh no, it's a traffic cone.
Oh.
Yeah. Just looks like a unibrow. Easy mistake to make, I know.
That's alright.
Actually, hold on. Just so I remember. Let me find that real quick. Actually, I don't remember if I've showed this on stream or not, but I think people might have seen it since. Oh, dig so.
Sorry about that. I had a phone call.
Oh, you're good.
Oh my god, Diggs is whacker.
God.
Oh god, for a second I thought his nose was a nipple. I'm like, please don't put me near the nipple.
No, God. Yeah, that is the one downside about when you're in the middle of something. It could just look like something entirely. There we go. Yeah.
Oh dude, that came out so good.
I was so happy with it too. It was just like, this is gonna be incredible.
It's so good. Yeah.
And it's so funny
I even
too.
love like his little mustache pants thing. That's so good.
Right. I had so much fun making that, and it was funny too because then he was like, "Hey, I'll commission you to do one for Polish," and I'm just like, "All right," and just like he has no idea.
I would feel like a greater man if I was a sock puppet for Tex, I would have to say.
We could make a Dig sock puppet.
Oh no, he's just saying, oh, he says Diggs isn't real. Every time you hear Diggs, just Tex doing a funny voice with a sock puppet. And I'm like, I shouldn't say that. I think I do okay. I was gonna put myself down by saying, oh, then I'll finally be part of a real person. No,
No, man,
I'm a good person.
You are.
Oh man, I just.
And we all got our own shit going on. I know I've been feeling kind of run down as of late. This time of year definitely doesn't help that, but
Felt like I
Yeah.
woke up with the fucking flu today. I was like, ugh.
ugh, that's no fun.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm used to like covering up and getting ready for the cold and all that. And last night I felt like I was baking. So, and I heard that like sudden temperature shifts can like make you feel real bad.
Yeah, it can definitely mess with your sinuses to say the least. So
It does do that. Get really dry when the heat's on.
yeah, and it's been I don't know how it is down your way, Andy, but here it's been pretty cold for the past couple weeks. I mean, I'm sure you guys are getting cold too, but we've had mornings where it's been like 4 degrees outside when I get up to go to work, and just like, no.
I think the lowest I've seen was 36.
Ugh. Yeah,
And
honestly,
that day was still
would be
like
preferable.
61.
That would be preferable. At least it's starting to warm back up now. I mean, it got up to 40 today, which was nice.
That is nice.
Used to layering up, so I'm usually wearing like a fur hat and a sweatshirt and layers, so I'm actually getting pretty warm by that point in the day.
Take vitamin D tablets during the winter. Yeah, you're a good point. Actually, I have some I did not take for a bit, so be right back.
This is so cursed. I've apparently inspired some very cursed things with the things that I draw. I don't want to elaborate on it because it may be spoilers. I don't know how far along it is yet, but it's nice to know that I rub off on people, even if it is in the most horrific of ways. I gotta say, it's when you're used to drawing with like outlines and reps and stuff, it can definitely be a bit of a challenge just trying to figure out how to freehand it.
Oh, freehanding's the hardest. That means you gotta have like an idea.
Yeah, that's
The
the
way
thing.
my brain
I've
works,
just been kind of going
I'll
with it.
work on something and then I'll start doing another piece and be like, oh, I like that one better, so I got to adjust the other one, and it's this back and forth balance between everything I'm doing has to go back and match.
Oh man.
So if I've gotten
Yeah.
better over the course of this image, I'll have to go back and adjust this image, which could lead to other ways I want to do that image.
Oh, you're finally understand. You understand.
I've known my whole life.
Yeah.
I think it's. I mean, I don't have OCD, but I have OCPD, which is just
Close enough.
not great.
No, it's not. It's not great. I mean, I will say, as much as my OCD definitely has helped me get better at doing stuff, but at the same time, it has also just been like a lot.
Yeah. Doing that. This message is hidden because you need Discord verification and doing that whole thing.
Oh yeah, people are doing that prank now.
If I had to put my face, I was thinking of just like getting my hair and my beard just as messed up as I can and looking in the camera like, oh, where am I?
Oh my god, you should do like the Ted Kaczynski mugshot if you're gonna do a picture like that. Just make it real stupid. I just thought of taking like Uncle Muscles from Tim and Eric and just using that. I don't think they'd like that though. Although they're already like trying to walk back that stuff anyway, so I'm not gonna sweat it too much. They're just like, oh, we actually
We'll see how
upset a lot
far.
of people.
Yeah, we'll see how far they're willing to push it. They've seen there's a lot of government entities that do have a problem with you forcing people to show you their ID when they've done nothing wrong.
Yep, as they should. It's kind of messed up to do, but yeah. I mean, you always know how that stuff goes. Discord or something will do something, and then, you know, there's like 15 people posting about it within like the span of an hour, and then it's just,
Looks like Discord. Well, you know, I'm not going to say anything.
No, I know exactly what you're gonna say, but yeah, it's basically that. And then it's just like, I'm just kind of like in the middle of work and just checking Discord to see what's going on. It's like, oh, God.
Probably should ask, like, if we fuck up, will we get in trouble? And do you honestly think you're not going to fuck up? You know, it's...
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, if you make something so heavy-handed, it's just going to drive away people because they're just not going to want to deal with it. So it's like, why even bother? But that's a whole other can of worms. Oh, that's right. That's why it's not, because it's multiple layers. Ah! Oh God, what have I done? Oh, there we go. Okay. I did it wrong. That was my problem. There we go. Yeah, layers can get complicated. The one piece I'm working on right now, there's a lot of layers to it just because of what I want to do for it, and I've had to kind of just figure out ways of doing what I want to, but then I also got to remember to keep organized with it so I don't just confuse myself later on. Speaking of Switch, have you messed with Crit at all still, Andy, or how's that going for you?
I managed to get Paint.net from Microsoft safely.
Oh, never mind. Never mind then. Hey, man, if it's...
I can't... it's too much stuff. Like, what does this do? What does that do?
No, it's fine. If it's what you know how to use, then by all means. I just offered that because I know you were having trouble getting Paint.net without having to deal with ads and stuff, so... I do like your style in Paint.net, so I'm glad you were able to get it back. It's just a shame that you lost the original files for the work files. I mean, you still got the pictures you can get from chats and stuff. Oh, that's a bit too jaundiced. That's a bit too pink. That'll work. What's funny is like all these swatches here are just ones that I've eye dropped. So these are just like from all different pieces that I've done, and then I'm just like going back through. Just like some of them I can actually kind of remember what I used them for, but then others I'm like, this is a weird color. And you'd think color, you'd be surprised at how involved color and such can get when you're designing things.
Yep. The wonderful world of color, color, color.
My color design professor was a
Wonderful,
weird ass dude.
wonderful color. Disney brings you color. I used to stay up late at night, like watch that stuff. Oh, thanks, Kat, for merging all my layers together without asking. I don't know how you managed to do it, Kat, but you always do, don't you?
Oh, is your tech support showed up?
Fucking Kat, I don't know where you noticed. You just, yeah.
All right, check off your bingo card. Andy's cat is interrupted. Is that Banksy? Banksy's always the one that's hopping on the keyboard, right?
No, it's Tiger. It's Tiger. She says it's always Tiger. Stomping around, acting like I can't see her. Stamping on the keyboard, even though now get off that keyboard, you silly little. And don't look at me like I'm getting mad for no reason. I've told you several times.
We love our pets.
I love you, but
no,
look,
I get it, man. It's like
for you right here. I know what you're doing. You want a blanket to make biscuits on. Come here. Come make biscuits.
I cannot tell you how many times like I've just been on Discord, just hanging on a stream or whatever, and I just hear my wife yelling at our cat Pudding from the other room because he's definitely doing something he shouldn't be, and it's like the third time she's yelled at him, but he keeps doing it because he's Pudding. He pulled over a whole shelf the one day. That was a fun morning. I wanted to add a speech bubble to this, and I hope I still got time to do that yet. Getting kind of close to the end here.
I mean, there should be a way to just get a speech bubble shape.
You know what? Actually, there is. I just never really have used that tool just because, I don't know, it just happened, really.
Did you say abuse or use?
To use. There is a speech bubble tool, I'm pretty sure. Or something similar to it that I could use, but it, I mean, there's even programs I've used for years, Andy. There's tools to it where I'm just like, I don't really use that, or I don't want to use that. I used Photoshop for years before I realized you could actually do animations in it. They're not like super crazy stuff, but you can animate a bit in Photoshop, or at least the version I had. I don't really have that version anymore. Thank you, Adobe, once again, for being Adobe. But yeah. I like working digital, but the way that tech companies can go with stuff always makes me nervous about what I use. Didn't used to, but it does now. I mean, we were talking earlier about Affinity and how that's changed, so.
Yep. Everything goes in Affinity now.
Why you gotta stuff it all into one thing? It was good the way it was. I think it's because they got bought out. That's why they changed so much, but yeah. Owning a business sounds like it's not worth it sometimes.
having things doesn't seem like it's worth it sometimes, and I really feel that way sometimes.
I mean, I'll admit there's times where it's like I wouldn't mind like having just like a tiny simple cottage somewhere and just
Mm-hmm.
not having anything too crazy.
I
As
don't
long
want
as
you
I
in a
just,
cottage. I don't ever want you alone in a cottage. I don't
I'm
want you
not gonna
going Ted Kaczynski on us.
Ted Lasagna, yeah. No, it's I more just mean like a smaller house out in the hills somewhere would be kind in the woods would be kind of nice. Nothing too crazy. Just so long as I got like internet connection or something. That's
Run to the hills. Run for your life.
yeah. The Airbnb cabin my wife and I got for our anniversary last year was really nice. It was like a small little place. I wish we could have stayed in it more than one night, but we had to deal with a forest fire, so that was
Yeah, that was a quick
yeah.
one.
God, that was, and it sucked too because like
If it wasn't just all that forest fire you started, you probably could have enjoyed your stay. Praise the Lord.
Shit, man.
Smokey the Bear would like to know where you are.
I didn't even know you could get forest fires in Gettysburg, but apparently you can. It was like the night before we had heard there was a fire. I was like, oh, we've got to put out. And then we're leaving like to go into town the next morning, and we just see a fire truck and like heavy equipment going down the road. It was like, that's not a good sign. And then we come back to our Airbnb because we get a message saying that, hey, there's a forest fire. And it looks, there's just a huge cloud just right there. I think this year we actually just talked about doing a stay-at-home one, which would be kind of nice because then we don't have to worry about like booking a place or anything like that. Just go fun spots. I think my cat just ran into the closet door. I heard a thud.
Wow.
Yeah, that definitely was. That was definitely Pudding. Just running into stuff. He does that. He's a silly boy.
Power of true feline.
Oh God, what is this? Oh, no, I don't need that.
Ah!
I thought that was the. Oh,
Oh
like
my
a flash
gosh!
tool.
Yeah, that's like a
Kinda weird.
starburst.
Yeah, I was looking for like, cause I could have sworn there was like some kind of shape tool that was like a bubble.
I know
but
Flash.
R.I.P. Flash Man.
Flashman.
Flash.
Oh, you saved the universe. Oh. Hawkman! Dive!
Do you do
That
that for
movie's
him
pretty
or
great.
for us?
What's up?
Yeah, screw it. I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way because it's quicker.
Oh,
Much as
here it
like
goes.
As much as like messing with shape tools.
He's kicking into overdrive.
Yeah. Put on the montage music.
Flash. Ah.
Is it America?
Warriors, come out and play.
Why do you sound like Mario?
No, I was trying to do it. I was trying to do it as that the
Luigi.
slug from Monsters Inc.
Oh, what's her face? Yeah.
The old lady.
I'm always watching, Lazowski.
Oh.
You know that was definitely based off of someone's like boss or teacher in school.
Yeah.
She was a fad.
Oh yeah, she was a Fed.
She was a Fed in the sheets, and well, she arrested me.
I'm just gonna send this to Whacker with no context then.
Good.
How much time do we have?
Oh, I'll probably wrap up now, honestly, because it just
Ah,
it's
shit.
getting. Oh, did you have a drawing?
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I got to color in the tail real quick. So if you
I can
want,
make it quicker.
that's fine. You can do it, Andy. I believe in you. We got time anyway. Is that the same pink? No. Close enough. Had some fun details like. Oh, wait. Yeah.
Oops, I did it again.
What is it, Big? My cats are yelling.
Oh. Yeah.
I broke in your heart.
Gorge.
They're just trying to get my attention.
Oh, you're good. Kitty needs something that's more important, so. You know, I think I remember, like, seeing something once where. I forget what book it was in that I was learning from, but it was just like, you know, if you're going to do line art, make sure you're done with everything you want to do for your drawing. And having done this long enough, I can say that is a dumb statement, because you always go back and want to fix stuff.
Yeah. I think one of the things they said was like, it's not done until you can't remove, something.
Or yeah, it's like it's not so much what you can add, but what you can't take when you can't take anything away.
Take it
Something like
away.
that. How you doing, Andy?
I'm almost shit. If I do that, okay, one more, just a little bit more, okay, just like
You're
a few
good.
seconds.
You're good. Just checking in.
I'm almost done too.
Oh, nice. You're working on something too.
The stupid digs at it, but I wanted to have something.
Yeah, fair enough. Fixing the word bubble.
Of course, my cat has found my lap, and I can't get a good leverage on my iPad.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
was,
all
I was
right.
trying to do work the other day, and Pudding was like sitting on the chair behind me, and just had me like half off the chair. Oh, yeah, send it to me if you're done, Andy.
Hey.
Come on, Discord.
Hello.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Oh, there we go. There you go, Crispy.
Oh, I like that. That's fun. There you go, Diggs.
What? Oh, hi
Dixie
guys! Oh my god! Oh, I'm part of
I-
Mickey Mouse will kill me! Oh.
I could just totally see you giving like a safety brace that just has horrible, like, lively type footage. Just with that mascot.
Kid, never put gasoline next to the water heater.
Remember, kids, to be sure to store your flammables in non-meltable barrels.
Remember, kids, carbon dioxide and monoxide don't have a flavor or a taste.
Well,
So,
all right. Well,
yeah, I'll have mine for next. I mean,
if you're
I'm
done with it, you want to send it to me
I'm,
quick. It's
I'm
fine.
having trouble getting it to my phone.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, wait,
if
no,
you just
I-
want to send. Oh,
Hold on.
all
I think
right.
I got
No,
it.
you're good. You're good.
I'm trying to AirPlay, but AirPlay likes to go to other people's stuff, so I had to like figure out my own stuff. And
Is
it's
that like an
technically
Apple
gummies.
thing?
Yeah, like it's a really quick and easy way to share anything from your Apple product to another Apple product, but I didn't know her ID, so I had to wait for her to let me send it.
Ah, all that fun stuff.
But I got it right. I think. Let me see if it's here.
It's always the fun thing about sharing stuff. It's like, wait, hold on a minute, wait.
You know, I noticed that when I send you pictures, it's always like a little tiny like speck on your screen. It's like I wonder if I should do greater resolutions.
I think I think that wouldn't be a bad idea because like I tend to do my stuff at a pretty higher resolution. I mean, you also like draw, you know, more simpler stuff, so it's not the biggest thing. Plus, with like the paint.net, it kind of works, but it doesn't hurt to have like a high resolution just in case you want to like resize it or something and just use.
Yeah,
it
because the
in
high
different
resolution
projects.
of pixelation isn't as abundantly
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely always want like 300 dpi or pixels per inch or whatever whenever you're doing stuff.
No, fuck. I'll send it to you later. It's fucked up the transparency now.
Ah, that's
Without-
fine. No worries, man.
It's always something.
I mean,
I suck.
But hey, man, thanks for joining us today. That was very
Well,
much appreciated.
Yeah,
Glad
no
to be
problem. Yeah, there was a couple good rants in there. Hopefully, I can delete before anyone
Absolutely.
clips them.
Here. Yeah, totally. And thank you, everybody, today for joining us today.
Take care, everybody.
Yep. Take it easy. Hope you all have a
Take
good
care,
one.
everyone.